I'm building a tiny vacation home on wheels.
Shut up and sit down.
Good afternoon from Louisiana. I am spending a couple days here escaping the horrible weather and potential flooding in Houston. It was 2 weeks of non-stop rain and I just got fed up of it. So I had already planned this trip in regards to checking out the state parks. I do get a free state park pass as a veteran, so that's good. The only downside is I haven't really planned where I'm going to be sleeping, because there's really no BLM land here, Bureau of Land Management land. There's not a lot of like free places, so I'll have to check Harvest Hosts and I'll have to check iOverlander and Free Roam a little bit later today. But I just want to kind of get out of Houston. It's a 6-hour drive with stops. It probably takes about 6.5 hours from my house. And then today I'm going to check out 4 little state parks and maybe a historical monument. Maybe get some beignets in New Orleans, and I'm going to do a short bike tour of New Orleans myself with my bike. Just kind of ride through the city, staying socially distant even though I'm vaccinated, and I'm definitely not going to do any nightlife stuff. I don't drink or anything, so I already like went to, you know, the restaurants and things, you know, a couple years ago when I was out here. And so just kind of exploring some of the history and enjoying the outdoors and the no rain, so that's good. And then I'm going to head a little bit north in Louisiana to some of the other state parks. I think I've probably got about seven state parks on this trip over the course of the next like 5 or 6 days. So just going to ride my bike and hike and just enjoy it. I'm going to go back to Chillicothe State Park, and this time I'm going to hike. I'm not going to ride my bike because it was kind of not an easy ride. And then the Wild Azalea Trail, where I had the horrible chain snapping, so that wasn't good. I just passed actually I'm 15 miles from Baton Rouge, and last time I was there was just over a year ago, before everything shut down, before COVID really got really bad. I've never had COVID, just by the way. So I went to the tallest state capitol building in the country, which was pretty cool. And then I went to like the Louisiana State Museum, and there was nobody in Baton Rouge. LSU had shut down and it was just completely empty. So now I'm going to head into town, and this is the bike path that I'm going to do. I don't know how long it is. Suggested route. So I don't think it's that long, maybe like a couple miles. It doesn't say. But anyway, I downloaded this online. I'll leave the link in the comments. So this looks like it'll be fun. Yeah, I think I'll do this. So this is the rest of the, I guess, the points of interest. So the first place I'm going is the New Orleans City Park. It is one of the oldest public parks in the US, and it's twice as large as New York City's Central Park. So then it goes through all the bayous and other stuff to take a look at. So I will look as happy as this couple. He's all like, I don't even know who you are. She's like, I don't know who you are either. We're just posing for the picture. So I've seen some of these sites before, but never like on the bicycle. And it's much different when you're like street level rather than like in a car or taking a bus or something. So it's 29 minutes from here, 16 miles, so not too bad. And I think that's what I'll do next. So just to prove it, I'm doing this whole bike tour solely with a paper map. So I'm tracking it on Strava, but I'm just following the map and trying to figure out the direction. So I don't know if it goes through the French Quarter. I might just have to ride over there on my own. But this is fun. As with everything I do, it's fun. I need a new word. I need to find 20 words for the word fun. Okay, I'm on my bike and I'm just gonna do the 4-mile loop here in the park on all trails and then head into my little city tour. So nice day, a little hot but nice and windy. So this is the Storyland Park, but it's closed today. That is super cute. All the stories that we know and love that Disney produced. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so it's super cute. It's all these like things that you can run around on. It's right next to the botanical gardens, but it says it's closed on Tuesday. So definitely check it out. Looks like there's a carousel, like a merry-go-round. There's Cinderella's pumpkin. There's a pirate ship. This is super cute. I'd run around here. This is super fun. I love playgrounds like this, like Disneyland or like theme parks. I think it's cool. See, this is my kind of character because I'm always falling down and hurt myself. So I'm always clumsy. Also in the park is the New Orleans, just one word, the New Orleans Museum of Art, which I would love to go to. I think it might be too late today though. It's already almost 4 o'clock. I'm thinking I might actually stick around New Orleans area and then do something tomorrow morning, because I think the parks close like at 5 maybe, of the state parks. But this would be really cool to take a look at. I'm gonna look up and see like what time it closes. But I'm just finishing off the 4-mile loop of the park. It's so pretty. And you know, it's funny, like when you travel with someone, you always have to kind of pander to like the lowest common denominator. And I've missed out on so many things traveling with guys over the last couple of years on the few times I've traveled with people versus the times I've traveled on my own. And I went out with somebody who claimed he was a travel writer, but he really just is a tourist that writes Google reviews about locals. It's quite funny. But yeah, like when you're with somebody that doesn't do anything you like to do, you miss out because you have to kind of cater to the lowest common denominator. So I've never been to this park and I've been riding around and it's so pretty. And of course there's the leaf blower, but it's so pretty and there's so much to do and I really love it. And I wish, you know, I think I'm going to spend some more time in New Orleans and see some more of the city, like kind of the non-Mardi Gras version. But it's great just kind of riding your bike and everyone's super friendly. And there's a lot of graduation pictures going on right now. But yeah, Prudence is over there. I see her on the other side of those swans. So I'm just going to ride back around and yeah, this is really nice. I've never been to this park before. I've been to New Orleans maybe 4 times, and it's always been the French Quarter. So actually my bike tour will go through the French Quarter after I'm done with this loop. So this is really nice. Oh, how could I miss so much, you know? I've done a lot of redos in the last year, especially domestically, like in Texas and, you know, in the other states that I've been to. So this is lovely. I'll just follow these guys. They're on a bike tour. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm done with the loop, but the museum, which is just like literally like right over there, is closed today on Tuesdays. It opens tomorrow at noon. It's kind of like going to Paris on a Tuesday. Everything's closed. So I may come back into town tomorrow at noon after my morning activities. So I will be just north of New Orleans this afternoon or tomorrow morning, but I think I'll come back. So yeah, it's like literally right there. That's the museum. I can just walk there. So now I'm going to do the tour of the city, and then I think I'm going to get some beignets and head on a little bit north on the other side of New Orleans, like the lake, and then go check out a few other parks. So if you remember Hurricane Katrina back in 2005, I was actually in basic training at the time, and we were almost getting done, and there were a bunch of people going to Shreveport, I guess, for AIT, which is your advanced individual training, possibly, where you go after basic training. So these are the levees, and this is what is supposed to keep the water out, but obviously with the storm surge during Katrina, all of this flooded. It's a loud motorcycle. All of this flooded, and back on my bike again. As a result, you know, millions of people lost their home, or hundreds of thousands of people lost their homes, and then they ended up having to go to Houston, where they were set up in the Astrodome, and it was just a big disaster, like government, like logistical disaster, as well as a environmental disaster. But imagine like all of this. I mean, I'm pretty low down. I'd say there's probably about 15 feet of this above me, above my head. It's hard to see though. But you know, it's like, imagine all of this flooding. It's, you know, it's crazy to think about it. I mean, Hurricane Harvey flooded Houston, but we're not below sea level. We're about, like my house is about 35 feet above sea level. So we're not that far above, but you know, New Orleans is below sea level. It's kind of like Amsterdam, I guess. But yeah, pretty crazy. Just couldn't stop it. So this is the other side of the levee, and it looks just like a little boardwalk. Muddy water though, not crystal blue, you know. So I think I go down a little bit more and then I turn left onto Marconi Drive, right before the bridge. This is a nice ride. I'm probably going to get in probably close to 20 miles. And there's my trusty steed. But this is lovely. It's cooling down a little bit, so that's good. I do want to go to the French Quarter so I can get some beignets and just take them back to me. Take them back to the van with me. So just to show you, that's the floodgate. I guess when it floods, they'll close the levee. So this is the other floodgate right before this neighborhood that I'm going to ride through all the way down to Orleans Avenue. And you can see how close it is to the lake, or the ocean, I guess it's the lake, and how murky it is. Look how brown it is. There's people like going swimming and stuff, I don't know. I mean, I've been all over the world. I've been to Thailand 9 times, I've been scuba diving in Indonesia and all these places, and I don't know, maybe they don't know that there's clear blue water in this world. So I made it to the French Quarter, and it was headwind the whole way. Gorgeous day today. Actually, the sky looks bluer on my phone than it does in real life, but I'll take it. So heading to Cafe du Monde, maybe grab some food to go, and then head back to Prudence. So Bourbon Street is a shithole, even without Mardi Gras. It's such a dive.
Shelby, you had fun picnic during
These are so good, but so messy. So I've got to like hang it out the door to eat it. Like this. So I'm at Walmart, and you can get a wildlife and game permit for Louisiana, and that will enable you to stay at some of these like campgrounds or like wildlife refuges and things like that. So I'm seeing if maybe they can issue me one. It's about $9 or $10 for the year, so it's definitely well worth it. And then just north of here, there are a bunch of places on the other side of the lake where you can camp for free once you get the permit. So they didn't have the permit at this location, so I'm going to go to the other Walmart that's near the two parks that I'll be at tomorrow, near the wildlife refuge, and then hopefully they will maybe only issue it from that location and not like the one that I'm at right now. So anyway, no worries, I'm just going to get some groceries here at Walmart. And I'm actually staying in the Walmart parking lot tonight, so that's a new thing. First time, so got a good parking spot. So good morning. It's about 8 o'clock. It's so sunny and bright outside. I am up at the top of, I guess, New Orleans area, maybe near Metairie. Horrible at pronouncing the names down here. So I'm going to do a 20-mile bike ride. It's 10 miles up, 10 miles down in that direction. It is really fascinating to kind of drive around. As I said before, I've only ever seen the French Quarter, and it's really cool to drive around and be able to see exactly the effort put into keeping the water out and then realizing exactly how low the city is. So it's a gorgeous day. It's probably about 75 degrees right now. A little bit sticky, but not anything like Houston sticky. So I spent the last night in Walmart parking lot. First time. I was like, I'm not going to sleep in a Walmart, and then I did. And it was fine. I live in the city in Houston, so I'm used to the road noises and things, so I slept like a rock. And it actually wasn't too hot. It was fine. I had the fan on just a little bit just to keep the airflow going. But this is nice. So I'm going to do this, and the plan today is to do the bike ride and then go to the Mardi Gras World Museum to look at the floats, and then that opens at 9:30, so I'll be right after the bike ride. And then I'm hoping to get to the art museum, and maybe another museum before the art museum opens at noon. And then I'm going to head to 2 other state parks and then go up to Bogue Chitto State Park, where I think I'm going to camp tonight. There should be some campground spots open, and as a veteran I get 50% off the campsite, so it should only be like $15, so that's good. But yeah, just kind of walking around ready for my bike ride. So there's my shadow. Okay, let's do this. This is a really cool way to see a city that like everyone just comes here and goes to Mardi Gras and gets drunk and like passes out in the street, or you know, flashes their boobs. But there's a lot more to New Orleans than just, you know, indecent exposure. So it's like, and I've never been to Mardi Gras. I have no desire to go to that. So if that's your thing, then good job on that. But just know that there's more to see in New Orleans than other people's boobs. This morning. If you ever wonder why I wear a balaclava, it's to protect my skin from the sun. So it has nothing to do with COVID, although it does help a little bit, I guess. So yeah, so I'm on probably about 8 miles of the first like 10 miles up, and then turn around and 10 miles back. So this is lovely. It's a world away from Bourbon Street, that petri dish of hell. Yeah, I just, whatever. I'm a prude. No, I'm just kidding. I just don't, it's kind of one of those things, you do it one time, you don't really have to do it every single year. But yeah, so anyway, just riding along, and then probably just, hit the museums later. So gorgeous day, beautiful. It's a Wednesday, I believe. So not bad for a Wednesday. I'm now at Mardi Gras World, as you can see, and I've never seen Mardi Gras or the floats. I've seen like the Rose Parade and things like that, so this will be pretty cool to kind of see. So you can check it out. It's right by the convention center. It's $20 parking. They gave it to me for $10 as media, so that was good. My ticket. They gave me beads, and this is my king cake. So you get a slice of king cake and you get some beads, and then you get to just kind of like look at the gift shop and then wait for the video, and then it's kind of a self-guided tour that starts at one end and you get to see all of the artists creating it. So this is really cool. I don't know about this though. I'm not flashing.
In just about every town in America, the day before Ash Wednesday is simply called Tuesday. But way down yonder in New Orleans, or New Orleans as the locals pronounce it, it's Mardi Gras. It's carnival time, a time for devil-may-care revelry. Anything goes, as what's been called the greatest free show on earth celebrates with a flair unlike anything, anywhere. But the greatest free show on earth isn't just for one day. The carnival parade season actually begins a few weeks before the Tuesday called Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras, by the way, translates from the French as Fat Tuesday.
We have over 500 floats that we need to decorate each year that all need new props. We manufacture props out of several different materials. What we have right here is some fiberglass pieces. And as you can see, the sconce here and the sconce right there, they're exact duplicates, yet they're painted differently. But they're made from the same mold. We sculpted this in clay. Once it was made in clay, we make a mold, and then we inlay fiberglass into that mold, take out the pieces, put it together. And so we can do hundreds of these pieces once you have the mold made. And we use fiberglass, we use the old method of paper mache, and styrofoam is kind of a newer method, and it's easier to do like one piece out of styrofoam than multiple, and you just paper mache over it.
In this instance, I just went ahead and just did a sketch of my own on graph paper, and I took it from there, put it into our projection room, and projected it onto a full-size sheet of styrofoam at the scale that I need to fit on the front of the float. And as you can see behind me, I just simply cut that image out of the styrofoam, and from here I'm going to glue layers of that same image together until I get about 3 or 4 feet thick. And after that I'm going to take an electric hot knife or a kitchen knife, currying comb, and sandpaper and smooth it all out, whittle it down to a final detailed 3-dimensional figure. Once I'm finished with that, I'll pass it along to our paper mache artists, and they will take it and cover it in brown paper to make the surface smooth and seamless. That way it can be primed and sent to the painters for the final paint and the final imagery and detail to be put on it, just like it is in the sketch.
Time we make a new suit. Red, yellow, green, purple, and blue. We make a new suit. We all try to make ours as best as we could. So when we're out at Carnival, we'll be looking good. What the fuck? Well, every year for Carnival time we make a new suit. Red, yellow, green, purple or blue, we make a new suit. I said every year for Carnival time we make a new suit. Red, yellow, green, purple or blue, we make a new suit. We got rhinestones on our suit that shine like diamonds and stars. Got to be sure that we're together, 'cause we're so darn Mardi Gras, oh yeah. Every year for Carnival time we make a new suit. Red, yellow, green, purple or blue, a new suit.
It's so hot right now. I bought Harriette a hat. She'll enjoy that. So super cool to see all the floats. I've never seen Mardi Gras before. I didn't realize how big they were. They're massive, but they're all made of styrofoam. So just like when I worked in the movie industry where everything was just plastic and made of paper. So this thing is in the way. I guess I can't really drive with this hat on because I won't be able to see. Anyway, so next I'm going to a place called Jamnola, which is kind of like a meow cat type thing, I guess. I don't know, I thought it'd be fun. It's indoors before I get out of town and head to the state park. So it's getting a little warm. It's already like almost 90 degrees today. So yeah, this was my ticket. I was like, God, I hope you don't think I'm gonna like flash you with my boobs. So anyway, super fun. I guess if you do all this stuff, you know, if you see kind of these touristy things, like the cultural side of stuff, you're probably looking at about maybe like a $50 or $60 day. I did get a discount on the parking, half price. They did give me a military discount. I did get a military discount for Jamnola. So I'm looking at right now, I'm about $38 in the hole, which is fine. I mean, it's, you know, I didn't pay for accommodation and I haven't paid for food because I have all my bed and my food in my van. So that's the benefit of van life, is you don't have to like, you know, shell out $100 for a hotel that you're not even in during the day. So anyway, I'm super sweaty. I've got the air conditioning blasting and I'm gonna head into town. Hopefully I can park for free at the park and then just walk like 15 minutes to the Jamnola place. So I may get more beignets before I head out. I don't know. I got cash, it's cash only. So just don't be like me where you've got to like, you know, save your space in line and like take your bike into a gift shop and go to use the ATM. Anyway, all right, I'm out of here. So now I'm walking to Jamnola and it's about a third of a mile from where I parked. So I just parked on this little street right here next to this coffee shop. So hopefully it should be fine. Just like this humongous van. It's not very stealth, but anyway. So yeah, I just walked right up here. So hopefully this should be worth my 20 bucks. Oh well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
It's back. Whee!
Yay! Woo.
That's Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Gonna get the music started. Sorry about that, y'all.
No worries, it's good.
It was kind of odd.
So if you hear the song, anyone who knows what love is will understand. It's used in a lot of kind of like scenes of like morbid or like unsureness, like it's in Dead to Me Netflix series, and also in Black Mirror. But Irma Thomas is the singer, and it's one of my favorite songs. And one day when I'm ice skating, I'd love to like perform to it. But it's a really moving song. It was written in the 50s, I believe, and it's used a lot, and there's been a lot of covers to it, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite songs. So I'm at the same park I was at yesterday, and I parked just within walking distance of the museum. Like literally it's right there. So it looks like you can park on both sides of the street, which is good. So yesterday when I was here, there's hardly any cars, obviously because the museum was closed. I think it was, no, it was open. There just weren't that many people here. So it's a Wednesday. So I am going to, go check out the museum. Maybe because like the Storyboard Park was closed, maybe some other stuff was closed yesterday that I didn't know about. But this is really nice. Nice to be back at my now favorite, prettiest park in a city in New Orleans. It's just called City Park. I guess they couldn't think of another name, but yeah, really nice. It's a Wednesday, so is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Wednesday today. I've been to in the entire world, this is the best map I've ever seen, because it's just a piece of cardboard that folds out into 3 pieces. So that is awesome. So I'm going to head to the second floor now. It's like I hear voices, but I see no one. I'm like the only person in this museum. Where is everybody? Are they in here? No, nobody's in here. Are they in here? Where is everybody?
That's good.